Yes.
Yeah, we hear you great, man.
Okay, perfect. So, no, the problem is I killed the webcam mic because it was overriding an OBS for some reason. I couldn't figure out how to turn it back on. Plus, I'm supposed to be ADC right now. It is 13 minutes. I have 2 deaths and only 41
he's playing
CA.
a game.
Real man. Real man.
Well,
Yeah,
if you're playing a
and
game.
it's not going well.
It
But
sounds like it's
no,
going
so
great.
all right, let me follow up on all the questions you've asked so far. I can't use my Samsung because it's in the car, in its suitcase, which very astute for picking up that. But yes, it is in the suitcase in my car.
Okay.
Hadn't taken it out yet. PAX was amazing. I got to... So, actually, you saw the picture of me with Scara. Let me tell you about meeting Scara. That was an interesting
Tell us about meeting
experience.
Scara.
So, I gave Optimus Tom a call because, super surprised, he's going to end up being at PAX. And I'm like, hey, I'm totally going to be there, as you well know. Give me a call when you get here, and we will meet up. So Saturday, the day that he ends up coming, I come at noon because it's not worth it for me to get up super early in the morning again. I show up, and he's like, well, I'm playing Magic right now, so maybe we'll meet up after. So I get into a lull in the action. I'm like, you know what? I'll go meet Optimus Tom in a little Magic area, and I'll talk. So I do. I find him in his iconic little beanie, and we talk for a little bit. And I'm standing there with him. He and I are talking, and I'm like, oh, so you're going to stick around here for a while? He's like, well, Scara and I are going to go get some food probably. And then Scara just turns around. He's been sitting there the whole time, and he just goes, oh, hey, Mott, what's up? Love the show. And I'm like,
wait,
Scara?
what? Wait, did he actually say loves the show?
Yeah, I had to, and I was thinking about it later. Just 2 episodes earlier, I was totally just bashing Scara, saying like, "Oh, Scara's terrible." Like, he definitely heard that, but I'm sure as a professional who's been doing this for a lot longer, my comments aren't going to bother him. But
keep telling yourself
yeah,
that.
it was. It was awesome. It was such a cool experience. Met lots of Trinity Force podcast fans. I could not give him a button because he cannot officially sponsor or promote anything. So
Acceptable.
I know. I tried to give him a T-shirt.
Acceptable.
Couldn't take one.
Now, did you have anybody walk up to you with a T-shirt on?
Nobody with a T-shirt on, but I did have people relentlessly hunt me down and yell "Optimal Tom" at me.
Really?
My tactic, yes. The tactic that I went with, because if you've never been to a PAX is pretty much just a wall of people, and I'll upload the pictures to. I uploaded some of the pictures, but PAX is a wall of people around the ride booth. You can't walk through it. You can't walk anywhere near it. It's loud. It's people going crazy all the time. They have new events going on the hour. They have the Yordles playing once or twice a day. They have the most ridiculous cosplay going on at all times. It's just a crazy experience. So what my girlfriend and I did was we would wade through the crowd, me holding up one of the T-shirts like a battle standard, and her just in front of me plowing away and handing out buttons as we went.
That sounds awesome.
Really? People were they were just like, yeah, give me the buttons, and they don't even know who you are, but they're taking the buttons.
The thing is that with PAX, anytime anybody is giving anything out for free, you want it no matter what. You're like, fuck, I don't even play League of Legends, but Trinity Force podcast, let's do it. I bartered with a rioter a ticket, PAX riot skins for. Hold on, I'm attempting to do things here. No, for a button. I don't think they wanted the shirt, but she was like, What do I give you? I don't know. You're gonna give me a button? You're gonna give me one of your buttons? And I'm like, yes, my only Trinity Force button. I will trade you for something. I don't have 100 more in my bag.
I have.
And so you got skins for the buttons, and I'm assuming she wore the button after that.
I can only assume she was oddly older than I expected.
Okay.
Like usually they bring out like this young, very young crowd. It's a lot of the people that actually end up going to the exhibit portion of PAX are people who are, I don't want to say not important, but people who are very behind the scenes, like support staff.
Right.
So you get to meet a lot of people that you would never even hear of. Feral Pony was the biggest name that I recognize. Iron Stylus was there.
I saw Ryan
geeking-
Scruffy there too. They were doing a lot of panels though.
Was that when you went or this year?
No. I was following Mubi. Mubi has a lot of stuff
Okay.
on his website.
I couldn't find him. You say find a man with a beard. There's several. He couldn't find me. We didn't meet up at all.
Oh,
It's
you didn't
funny,
even see
somebody
Mubi?
asked me about
No, I
people
didn't.
passing out buttons because I told a couple of my friends that were going to be there, and I'm like, look for a guy wearing a Surrender at 20 shirt with a beard, and they're like, there are more people here that are big with beards than there are not.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's sweet that you got rid of all the buttons then by the end of the weekend, I'm assuming.
I have 10 left.
Oh,
I
that's
counted. Yeah. Sunday was a weird day. We did the live stream with the guys from Victorious Gaming who were awesome. They bought me beer and my girlfriend beer. Didn't need
Okay.
to do that, but they did. They were pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on YouTube right now if you're watching After Hours or on YouTube after
Pretty
the
much
fact,
love
go
anybody
for it.
that buys me beer.
Yeah. No, they were cool guys. We did some. It took us forever to like figure out a time that actually worked, but once we got it, it was pretty fun to do the show live with them. From their media director actually got to live stream and live cast a game, one of the community games, because one of the rioters didn't realize that Earth mode was a blind pick mode, and because they were doing community games, he got up on stage. She's like, "Oh, who do you want to play?" And he's like, "Oh, I forget who was gonna play. He was gonna play like
Kazakhs
Zinzao
or
or something
right?
like that." Yeah, it was Kazakhs, and she picked him, not realizing that she could not pass that. So
Yeah, he got
Bad
banned, and
rioters
so
are
she
bad.
made it up for him by allowing him to stand on stage in front of like 500 to 1,000 people and shoutcast a Earth game.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
and you think like, oh, 500 people, that's not a ton. That is a wall of 500 people.
Yeah.
Super engaged 500 people who are just disgustingly avid about this. Like, I mean, I got in pretty early. I was in line to get into PAX the first day, Friday,
Right.
and you still instantly just walked into like a wall of people around the riot booth.
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
has
That was-
everybody has riot lanyards. Like it's the thing.
That was my experience as well. Like if you wanted to see other stuff at PAX, you had to figure out when it was, and like if it was later in the day, you hit the riot booth right away, and then check out all the other shit. If it was early, you did your thing and then went to the riot booth so you could wait in line to get your shit.
I went to the first and second PAX East in 2010 and 2011, and I had said before that, and I still hold true to this, I will never go to a PAX without a media badge again. And I know I can get one with Trinity Force now, but seeing the lines and seeing how long people were standing in lines just to see a 30-second demo of a game made my head spin. Like, we were getting in within like 20 minutes, but...
The only thing that I stood in line for was Age of Mythology because Bridget wanted to, and to get my Cards of Humanity copy signed by the creators.
Oh, there you go.
That was it.
Which reminds me.
And they were like an hour-long lines, right?
No, Cards Against Humanity wasn't bad. Cards Against Humanity was only a couple of minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I have a DS, and if you have a DS in PAX, everybody is your friend. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a ton of fun. Would go again. We're actually considering. They did announce this year that PAX South is going on in San Antonio in January,
Right.
which is just about the only time I would ever want to go to San Antonio ever. So
January, huh?
yeah,
I might have to make a trip down there. Depends. You know what? By November, I'll be able to figure out if I can make it or not. So
See, I think we should go to Summoners Con, but that's in November, so we would need to know earlier.
yeah, I can't know before November, unfortunately.
LA is a little far for me, to be honest.
That's kind
I'd
of
love to go. I'd love to go, and maybe
It's
the
really
Trinity
cheap.
Force
Like
podcast would love
even
to.
the only thing that'll be expensive is the plane.
LA hotel rooms.
No, they got a really
The
good deal on
The
the
flights.
hotel deal is actually really cheap for
The
what
hotel
it
is
is.
like cheaper than hotels around Minneapolis.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
$159 or something.
Okay.
It's
No,
really cheap.
For an event price right now, it's pretty cheap.
So $150 a night isn't bad.
For an event,
It's like 160 a night, but yeah.
right?
Yeah, but still, I mean, I would pay that with. I'd sleep in the same room with. I slept in at Five Guys, splitting $150-$200 in Boston. So, and it becomes cheap when you start having 4 or 5 guys sleep in the same room.
Right.
I'll cuddle with you now. I'll be the big spoon.
You know what though? Like it's the airfare for me. That's probably.
Adam, there won't be any cuddling going on. We'll be too drunk to do cuddling. There will be nothing happening.
So it'll be
We'll,
laying on top of
we'll,
each other.
Yeah, we'll get into the room and just fall over onto the bed and then wake up and be like, how did I get here?
Tom, why is your shirt still on? I mean, what? Well, I'm glad you had fun and you got to hand out all the buttons and stuff. We already told people if they got buttons to try to tweet at us, so hopefully people that are listening will send us pictures.
Yeah, I felt bad because so many people were talking to us on Twitter, and when you're on the floor, you can't get on Twitter. Like that's not a thing you can do.
Gotcha.
It just gets the local servers just get so clogged that you just can't do anything on the internet. It's terrible.
I hate not being able to do anything on the internet.
Yeah.
But
What the hell did we even do before the internet? Didn't have
rocks down by the
podcasts.
pond.
We had imaginations.
Bought
And
our
pushed.
pornography.
We pushed.
We bought our pornography.
We pushed loops with sticks.
We got Dad's pornography from underneath his mattress.
Half paying attention to this game, it's pretty much just us all vying for kills.
That's great.
Like the thing is, the deficit isn't even that bad. Like we could all recover from this. But
well, if people are watching live right now, I'm gonna kill the stream. So thanks again for Mott for joining us. Like I said, we were live, and you kind of doing the after
no
hour
problem.
stuff. So if you guys are watching
there's gonna
YouTube,
be
TrinityForce
it's gonna be much
podcast.com.
more. There's
By the
gonna
way-
be much more. My experience, and just to give a plug for next Sunday, my experience with Scar was much more profound than I gave out.
Okay.
It was an interesting, a very brief but interesting meeting.
Well, I
And,
apologize for episode number 8 of the LCS rundown.
Haven't
Yeah,
listened to it yet.
We fucked up real bad. So
Don't know if
I
I
know, you
want
fucked
to.
up good, son.
I apologize right now for that. So guys, thanks for watching.